Okay guys, today is the day we're pushing this beast to the limit with upgrades that will let this drone produce 160 kilograms of thrust. I can't even believe I'm saying that, but it's true. With new batteries, we're putting all these in series to reach 18S, which is as high as these electric speed controllers will go. As you know, in the previous video, we used very heavy batteries and it was only 12S, so it was lower voltage and they are much heavier. We used 2 of these. I have new propellers and we're building a new drop mechanism. I managed to crash it pretty good in the first video, broke one of the propellers, but here we are with a fresh stack of propellers. So that's going to be completely changed. New batteries, new drop mechanism. So let's start building the drop mechanism. I have a design in mind and I think it's going to work. So turned out I didn't have to design my own. I found this quick release that I printed at 300% scale because I just needed it way larger and much stronger. And I just modified it a little. The fault in my previous design was that all the weight of the object rested on the servo pin. Watch how this one slots together, how the top part of the hook is held back by this pin and when it rotates opens up to release the hook. Genius. I then 3D printed an adapter for the servo to be attached on that pin. This tiny battery is even enough to power the servo, and now you can see how it can open and close. Okay, first test with the new 3D printed drop mechanism, about 80 kilograms. Let's see if we can drop my weight. It worked, no way. So at this point I could replace the old battery holders and started soldering new, much larger connectors called QS8, which didn't work out at first, but eventually I got it done. All right, straps on. Will batteries go in? Like a glove, love to see it. Oh, look at this. Oh, we almost don't need the straps. Oh, that will work. So what I'm gonna do with the cables here, as you can see, we used 2 XT90 connectors before. What I'm gonna do is the exact same setup, but with QS8 connectors. So I'll distribute the power between 2 connectors, because we're looking at 130 amps per motor, which is insane. After making the series connector that brings all the battery's voltage to 75 volts, I checked the motors and everything was working, so I started lifting things. Okay, we're gonna start easy with a pressure washer just to see how the drone responds to lifting any weight. So I'm gonna start with the old propellers, so if something happens, at least we don't bust the new ones. Let's, you know, I could easily leave this out, but yeah, I had to do some post-processing once again. The dropper is just attached to each arm to distribute the weight, so it will just kind of dangle in the middle. And then we'll have this rope to actually attach to the stuff we want to drop. Okay, we're back at it again. New batteries at 75 volts should equal about 160 kilograms of lift. Testing the new dropper as well. Here we go. Light load, just the first test. Let's see how it goes. I'm quite literally on the lowest power setting. This is basically idle, which, holy shit, that's so insane. So I can tell the motors are shaking a little bit. That's probably because they're damaged. So, whoa. All right, that scared the living crap out of me. Okay, dropping in 1, 2, 3. All right, sick, that worked. I got working on the new propellers, which was hopefully going to remove the motor vibrations. I mean, I wasn't surprised this would cause imbalance. But with the new propellers ready to go, I removed the old ones and replaced all 4. Okay, we're testing all up weight with batteries, minus the drop mechanism. I think I said 35 kilograms last time. Yeah, she was heavy. Okay, here we go. We're at 22.5 kilograms. Holy moly, did we drop that much weight just by the batteries? They were heavy, they were. I didn't think we lost that much. Wait, so it's like 33% lighter and at least 50% more powerful. I like that combo. All right, you guys, doing a real life test. See if we can lift this solar panel up on the roof. It's so insane that we can do this. Okay, it sure is a bit shaky here. Okay, landing. Ah, that was, my God, always very nerve-wracking flying this thing. Doing this e-bike next, and it's not a lightweight. Oh my God. 65 kgs. Let's go ahead and see if we can drop it this time. That would be sick. Whew. All right. Let's hope this works, guys. Oh my. Okay, we're up. I'm dropping in 1, 2, 3. Whoa, my God, that was violent. My blood pressure is through the roof every time I fly it. Routing the motor and EC wires inside the aluminium, that's how you're supposed to do it. It looks clean. But now you can't put a screw or a drill into the aluminium without being scared that this is going to turn into a fireball. So how do we solve the motor vibration problem? Well, I'm going to go back to an idea that I had in the first video, and that was just put a frame in between the arms to lock them in. So I 3D printed these locking arms, which basically turns a 45-degree angle towards the next arm, and it will join all 4 arms and hopefully make them a lot stiffer and reduce the vibration. It's the idea that the aluminium arms are just simply too long, helping the motor to vibrate, but this secondary frame I'm building effectively shortens the arms, making them stiffer. Not sure it will work, it will definitely take a chunk off our max thrust, but that's a compromise I'm willing to take at this point. To test the new frame, I found this massive rock and decided to drop it in water. Now the motor sounded a lot better too, and I think the new frame really helped. Although at this point I stumbled upon another problem. I couldn't make it go any higher than about 20 meters, but everything worked, so we decided to try an even larger stone this time. GoPron på, då ser man ju per automatik 10% dummare ut.
Yes.
I couldn't go any higher than about 20 meters, which sucked. I was geo-fenced in with a maximum altitude limit. And I think I just found the problem. Alt limit. That sounds pretty suspicious to me. Let's maybe actually have that open. Just change it to, how about 80 meters? I think that would be good enough. Full metal frame, 4-wheel drive, electric motors, dual battery, solar panel. Did I mention metal frame? It's heavy as fuck, but I'm pretty sure the drone can do it. I don't actually know the weight of it. I would estimate maybe 100 kilograms. It's significantly heavier than anything we've lifted before, so this will be interesting, I promise you that. This is me flying my sub 250 gram drone, lifting small object. Here we go. No, no, it can't do it. Holy. I think that was full throttle. I think that was full throttle because I could see the drone not being able to stabilize itself. That's full throttle. It can't do it. Woo! Holy shit. Okay, it can't lift it. That was full throttle for you guys, and it couldn't quite make it. I think it was fairly close, but now we just gotta know the weight of the car so we know the limit. It was fun testing full throttle. I could see the drone not being able to stabilize fully. But hey, now we know we can go full throttle, so now just heck with it. Okay, let's settle this once and for all. Okay, a short break in the video to let you know about PCBWay. Mainly I've used their CNC and 3D printing service, as you probably have seen in a lot of my videos. Stainless steel adapters, motor mounts, even propellers. All you have to do is upload your file and it will provide you with materials to choose from. PCBWay also offers PCB manufacturing, it's in their name. And with their instant quote feature, you will get the pricing up front, which is really appreciated. PCBWay made stainless steel motor mounts for this drone, so check them out in the description below to see what parts they can make for you. Förbannat! Okay, last one. 100 liters of water, 130 kilograms all up weight. Let's see if we can drop it. Holy, we're lifting. Whoa, 100 kilograms. Okay, dropping in 1, 2, 3. Holy shit! Wow, 100 kilograms. Okay, dropping in 1, 2, 3. Holy shit! Wow! Dude, I can't believe that worked. No way. Whew. I really didn't think it would manage 100 kilograms. We just lifted 130 kilos. My God. I'm not doing this just for the video. I genuinely need to get this removed. It's been dead quite a while. And I figured, what's a better way to move it than with the drone? It's a two-man job or a one-man job with the drone. I did dig it up a little around the edges, so it's kind of loose. But let's see if we can lift it. It's a heavy girl, I guarantee you that. Here we go. Ooh. Ooh. Ja, du, det blir perfekt för videon, ska jag tala om för dig. Super expensive. I don't think my neighbor really understood just how expensive that crash was. Those propellers are so freaking expensive. I'm not looking forward to buy another pair, another 2 pairs. I'm not sure what happened either. I think it was possibly the batteries not being able to supply the amps. You know, we're pushing about 500 amps total. So it might have been too much. I don't know, it's weird. Didn't see that before. What the? Come on. Ah. Shit, maybe I shouldn't end the video here. It's actually looking fine. Nothing broke except this propeller. It seems like this propeller took all the damage and the GPS. Well, even that one is fine actually. Holy shit. And I have a spare propeller, so let's put one on and see if it flies. Turns out it crashed because someone didn't do a good solder joint. So I'm gonna have to resolder these connections and that's gonna be fine. It was only to 2 of the motors, which is why it kind of fell over like that. Well, that's it. I also found a spare propeller, so we can have this up and running in just 5 minutes. Sick. Okay, trying this again. Fingers crossed. Let's go. Oh man, I almost hit the camera. Okay, dropping. Oh man, I had to drop it. Dude, the camera was in the way. That's funny. It doesn't look too bad actually. Maybe I'll keep it there. Okay, you guys, high altitude drop, 40 kilograms. Let's do it. Okay, dropping in 3, 2, 1. Holy shit. Are you gonna lift yourself with this thing? Probably not. Absolutely. Propellers, motors, batteries, they are all expensive, but I've only spent about $2,000 on this entire build. I haven't bought any special equipment that one might want to use in order to make a good connection, for example. If something were to happen and you were under it, it wouldn't be an injury, it would be the other thing. It's straight up too cheap of a build that even I don't consider it safe. Also, did any one of you guys notice how insane these batteries are? They are less than 5 kilograms and can supply more than 700 amps at 75 volts. Not for very long. I had to recharge them all the time. Basically every lift I did, I had to recharge the batteries. Shout out to Timmy for helping me get my hands on these. How cool would these FPV shots be? I so wish I could incorporate it even more, but 9 out of 10 times I'm filming on my own. I did manage to get some shots in the car build video, but in this video it was a bit more difficult. This FPV drone is from iFlight and it's been working really well. I'm enjoying flying, you know, in the evenings, just casually flying around, and it's so powerful too. Look how fast you can get up there. It's so fun. Okay, thanks for watching the video. Leave a like and subscribe if you want. I see you in the next one. Bye guys. It's a tradition that I keep this footage when I go to the camera. Bye guys.